And we're live, baby. It has been a crazy last hour. Just trying to get my audio to work. It was driving me nuts. It's cold. I got the Sherpa. I'm chilling. Caps Lock episode 5. And I'm going to take you to Derry. I'm going to talk about Knicks. My Knicks making it to the NBA Cup, where they'll be facing the Spurs, I believe, this Tuesday. What else will I be talking about? I got my top 10 favorite side patches in my collection. We're going to be talking a little bit of Mets, Dodgers, as the offseason continues. We're going to be talking about a lot. I'm going to be talking about the Hat Club holiday pack that they're dropping with the Home Alone Yankee. It got very nice hats in that pack. I do love the A's in that one. And I also wanted to steam a hat too. Just get a little steam action. What do you say? Let's steam a hat with your boy. Steam a hat with your boy. Let me find a outlet. Let's try not to electrocute myself. And I will steam a hat in a bit. It's gonna be. I'm surprised I haven't wore this hat yet. This was a collab with me, Illest, East Bay, and Vince Caps. I still haven't wore it. Some hats are just too nice to wear. This hat means a lot to me, as it was my first hat. But I'm gonna finally wear. This bad boy, and I'm gonna steam it live on stream. What up, Carl? Thanks for joining, Big Papa. I see you. Thank you, my brother. I got this hat like a year ago that we did this, and I still have not wore it. Some hats are just too valuable, and this has just been sitting, and I am gonna steam this baby on the live. But anyway, let's get to it. First things first, I want to bring you guys to Derry, Maine. All right. Before I get into this, I just want to say that I never liked Pennywise. I never liked the It movies. I just didn't like them. I just thought bro was a killer clown. I'm sorry if nobody's watched this. I hope you're not planning to watch this. There will be spoilers. You can leave the stream right now and go watch it. That's how good it is, and I will not be offended. But there will be spoiler alerts in this, and I do apologize if you're actually interested and wanting to watch this show. But it's a really good show, and obviously it's based off the movie It and the books by Stephen King. Crazy mind that guy has. So let's talk about Welcome to Derry. It's basically a prequel to It. It shows when the actual alien or entity takes over Bob Gray, and who is actually Pennywise the Dancing Clown. So there's actually a person who's Pennywise the Dancing Clown. He works in a carnival festival, and he dances, and he makes kids like him. So basically, the It entity sees that these kids like this clown, and it takes his form. He ends up taking the form of Bob Gray, Pennywise Dancing Clown, and every 27 years he just wakes up and causes massacre and havoc on a little town called Derry, Maine. If you like Stephen King, he does. It's a great show, and it actually intertwines with other of his shows, his stuff as well. Like they do mention Shawshank Prison in it, so it's all connected. Basically, everything is connected in this show, and I like it. So I never liked Pennywise. I never liked It. Just getting back to that. After watching this show, and the season finale's tonight, I believe so, on HBO Max, which I will be watching after this stream. Basically, he's just a entity that came from outer space, and he just decided that he's gonna take the face of this clown man, Bob Gray, and use it to lure kids, such as Georgie, and other kids that he has feasted upon. Makes me want to get a it hat now. Like I should be wearing an it hat. And I binge watched this show over the weekend, and then I watched the movie afterwards, and it gives me a whole different perspective on the show. And let me just say, Bill Skarsgård, like, I didn't watch the 1990 version of it, but Bill Skarsgård, like, bro says, like, there's a scene where he's, like, eating someone's face, and one of the kids is looking at him. He's like, what's the matter? Do I got face on my face? And I just was like, whoa, that's a crazy one line. And when it comes to horror movies and one-liners, we all know Freddy Krueger's that guy. But I think, and call me crazy, I think Freddy and Pennywise is, like, up there toe-to-toe. I mean, what is your favorite scary movies in the chat? Not to sound all screamy and whatnot, but, like, he's up there with Freddy, and honestly, you know, I feel like Stranger Things has taken a lot from it, because it's kind of the same thing. You know, Vecna feeds off your fears, your emotions. He attacks, you know, depressed kids who's going through daddy issues and stuff like that, and Pennywise is sort of the same. So I feel like there's and also the making the kids float. Vecna, you know, makes you float. He does the old hand thing, and you're floated, and you know, you're soulless at that point. So it's essentially the same. I feel like it can be, like, cross-referenced in so many ways just because they're so similar. So that's really it. I mean, season finales tonight. They're supposed to be making 2 more seasons, and it's just like, you know, the next 27 years and the 27 years after that. The chapter 1, I believe, takes place 27 years after that. So I believe they're actually going backwards with the seasons. They're going to actually go backwards. But it's a really good show. He puts on a really good performance. If you're into horror or any supernatural or just Stephen King in general, I definitely would give it a shot. It's a really good show. So, moving on, I'm going to head up into the Knicks, the New York Knicks. Everybody knows I'm a big Knicks fan. If you don't know, I'm a big Knicks fan. This is the closest I've got to Knick happiness since Carmelo Anthony joined the Knicks in 2011. Carmelo Anthony obviously was my favorite player, but it's leading up to the discussion, and it hurts to bring this up. But is Jalen Brunson a better Knick than Carmelo Anthony? It hasn't been too long of a, you know, just you know, of a feel, because, you know, we had Carmelo for a while, and obviously we all know that it didn't really end well. But also, like, Jalen Brunson has a way better team than Carmelo Anthony ever had on the Knicks. Let's be honest. Phil Jackson ruined the Knicks. He was asleep at the wheel, literally. If you don't know, he was literally sleeping at pre-draft workouts. So, you know, we can say that Brunson is a better Knick, but Brunson has not been hit with the same adversity that Carmelo Anthony did during his tenure with the Knicks. So I can say that. So anyway, the Knicks are making it to the NBA Cup, where they'll face the Spurs this Tuesday, I believe. The recap for the last game is Knicks versus Magic. That was yesterday. Final score, we got Knicks 132, Magic 120. And Jalen Brunson had 40 points, 8 assists on 14 for 21 field goals. That's a 66.7 field goal percentage, 6 for 9 from three-pointers. The boy's just balling. Like, you can't say enough of that. Karl Anthony Towns had 29, 8 rebounds on 11 for 18 field goal percentage. Knicks shot percentage as a team, 60% from the field, 50% from three-pointer. Points in paint, 70 to 62. We had 28 assists on 48 made shots. We out-rebounded the Magic by 6. Bench scoring, 38 points, led by Josh Hart, who I gave his flowers last episode. If you weren't there for that, we all love Josh Hart. Paolo Banchero had 27 points. The Magic shot 45%. Where the Knicks will face the Spurs in Vegas, where Wembanyama is currently averaging 21.4 points per game, 10.6 rebounds, and 3.2 blocks per game. I haven't seen a Knicks championship ever. I badly want this NBA Cup. Yes, my boy Riot, thanks for joining. JB is the captain. Yes, sir. I agree 100%. I want this NBA Cup chip so bad. I don't care if it means nothing. I just want to celebrate. Like, I really want to celebrate being a Knicks fan. We've been clowned for years and years, and now, like, they're touting us to be a cup, an NBA Finals #1 right now. And I don't like believing that hype because anything could happen. The season is still really early. But it leads to my debate here. Does the NBA Cup matter for legacy, or is it just a hype thing? Obviously, the players, they're playing. I know they get money incentives for winning. It actually makes non-important games in the regular season a little bit important. Like, normally this time of year, like, these games are not getting, the hype that the NBA Cup is bringing it. And I think it's good for the NBA. I mean, nobody really pays attention. Like me, myself, I torture myself with watching my teams. I watch, out of 82 games, I probably watch 50, 60, and then including the playoffs. So I watch almost every game, whether it's the Knicks, whether it's the Yankees, Giants. I've actually been watching a lot of Islanders lately, a lot of hockey. So I think the NBA Cup does matter. I think it's bringing a lot more viewership to NBA at the most non-important time of the season, because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that just tune in for the playoffs. And it's unfortunate, but the NBA doesn't really get hyped up until that time of year. Detroit is great also. It will only matter after we win it. Detroit is a very good team. I think, we saw with the series last year. They gave us a scare. I was actually nervous for a bit during that Detroit series. With the East, it's still anybody's game. You have the Knicks, you got the Bucks still there. We're looking on and see what happens with Giannis. I don't think he gets traded to us. I think we give up a lot if we get him. I would love Giannis, but to me right now, I just feel like that's a pipe dream. And as a Knicks fan, we've just been living on pipe dreams, so I just want to shy away from that. But yeah, NBA Cup action Tuesday, finals. NBA Cup finals Tuesday. Knicks, Spurs, who you got? Obviously, I'm going with my Knicks. We're going to predict the NBA Cup final. It's a Brunson versus Wemby storyline. Wemby is just a freak of nature. The dude is like Jack Skellington out there on the NBA, on the basketball court. He's blocking shots. He's dunking from the free throw line. He's just a unicorn overall. And I think, I don't know how we can stop him. Cat is going to have to do his thing and actually not, complain and just, lock in like we do here at Caps Lock. We got some MLB quick hits. Starting with Edwin Díaz signing a 3-year deal with the Dodgers, $69 million. He had 1.63 ERA on 28 saves with the Mets. Knicks 125, 118. That's a very good. I like that. I like any winning outcome, honestly. If we can come out with the win, oh my God. Can you imagine what it's going to be out there in New York City? Like, it's not even an NBA Finals, but we just want to win. That's it. Like, it's just been so long that we haven't done anything, and I just feel like it's going to be crazy out there. If we win and they're partying out there on the weekend, I might have to drive out there and be like, yo, I'm outside! You know what I mean? Like, yo, my Knicks fans get crazy. I love being a Knicks fan. It's all worth it after all this time, just finally being recognized as a basketball team. But yeah, 2025 stats, Edwin Díaz, 1.63 ERA, 28 saves. What are the Mets doing? Honestly, Steve Cohen is the richest owner in the MLB. He could have easily kept Devin Williams and Edwin Díaz, making them easily one of the best bullpens in the league. Right now, it's just looking like another Dodger World Series. And it's unfortunate, but like I see on Twitter all the time, like they can be signing all these. I just don't understand how they're able to do what they're doing. I don't think it's ruining baseball. I think it should make other teams want to just open that wallet. And it cost, like my dad always told me, it costs to be the boss. So, I mean, we got to come back as Yankees and just, like, we haven't made any notable signings. Like, the needle does not move for me re-signing Trent Grisham or giving a minor league deal to Ahmed Rosario. None of this moves the needle, and we're just wasting Aaron Judge's prime right now. Bro is on the wrong side of 30. He's going to have to look into playing first base eventually. Like, he is not made, like, his body's not made for this long. Like, he should be a football tight end or something. So, the Yankees offseason, very stagnant. No notable signings this far. And I'm on Twitter all the time just looking to see if there's anything popping off. And the fans are frustrated by the lack of movement. I mean, it's inevitable. I feel like it's going to be another Dodgers World Series. And I don't even know who we should target. Like, I mean, it just... Any big signing at this point, like even keeping Cody Bellinger, like anything at this point would help. So... I really don't know what the Yankees gonna do. Spring can't get here any faster. I'm just tired of the lingo. Just waiting for it. Just waiting in limbo to see what happens. And I forgot to plug in this steamer. Yeah, we'll do that in a second because I am still gonna steam this bad boy up and put it on because this Sherper is making me hot as hell. Moving on. We got the Hat Club Christmas pack. I know it always feels like I'm always talking about Hat Club, which is weird. But I like their hats. There's a lot of good hats. I'll be also talking about some other hats here. But the Home Alone suede themed holiday pack that Hat Club is dropping is pretty solid. Everybody knows I'm a hook whore. I love my hooks. I know there's good hats out there that are non-hooked that are bangers. And tell me what you think. Are you more of a hooked hat guy, or do you like non-hooks? Can you appreciate a non-hooked hat? I have some plain Janes, and I mean I probably have some non-hooked hats there too. But I'm a hook whore. I love my hooks, especially if the hook hits home. It's gonna mean something to me, so it matters to me. But the Christmas pack that Hat Club is dropping is crazy. I love the material. I definitely want to try to get that Home Alone Yankee. I do like the Phillies. The A's one looks like it's kind of Grinch themed. I don't know if I'm right on that. It does give a furry green vibes. So I think that might be the Grinch, which is pretty cool. With the Battle of the Bay patch. I love a good Battle of the Bay patch. But I think the pros of hooked hats, like just seeing somebody. So let's say, Big Papa made a hat, and like it's something that means something to me. Off rip, I'm just gonna buy it. I mean, it doesn't matter who makes the hat. In my opinion, I don't buy the hat based off who makes it. I will support. I do like to support. But if the hat hits home for me, like it means something to me, I'm more than likely gonna buy it. And I'm gonna be showing off my top 10 favorite side patches here in my collection, and majority of them are hooked hats. So there's that. I do want to talk about my boy Illest Curves Mascot Pack. He's dropping with Pro Image NorCal. Everybody knows my boy Illest Curves. I feel like mascot packs not always my thing, because being a Yankee fan, we don't have a mascot. But I do think this is a nice pack by my boy Illest. Just dropped a Pro Image NorCal this weekend. If you are interested in it, it is a Oakland Athletics and a San Francisco Giants seal and the elephant mascot. So now I'm going to get into discussing my top 10 side patches in my collection. I'll be going over each hat, what they mean, and if they're hooked. And we're just going to go from there. Let me know what you think, or let me know what your favorite side patches are, if you have a favorite side patch. So, first one I'm going to go with is the Ricky patch. I love a nice Ricky patch, and I think these get overshadowed. This is off Captive AZ, little real tree brim. I got a shout out that boy. We all know R.I.P. Blends. Got his For the Bay blip right there. Homie was gone too soon, and he had a great support system. He was a great dude. He had some nice pins. So rest in peace to that homie Blends. But yeah, good little copper in that side patch. I mean, you really can't mess up a Ricky Henderson side patch. And I don't think this is a hooked hat. Honestly, I think he just wanted to make a fire hat. And I mean, I don't think he made this a hook after a hook. So there's one non-hooked hat here. Next, we're going to 1990 All-Star Game patch. Now, when I first came into the game, this was one of my favorite patches. This 1990 All-Star Game could do no wrong. Like, honestly, do no wrong. And this is a Scream hat based off Scream. Back to Scary Movie Talks. I'm sorry. But this is just like, come on, man. That is an incredible patch. Shout out to, I honestly forget who made this hat. If y'all know who made the hat, just let me know. Because I like to give credit where credit is due. Nice little baddie there. But, like, that's Ghostface right there. That's what makes this hat, valuable to me. Because who doesn't love Ghostface? So, next. Not my favorite Yankee patch, but it's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorite Yankee patch. I didn't want to make it Yankee eccentric because who wants to do that when you're not a Yankee fan? But 2000 Subway Series patch. Now this is incredible. Like, I know you can't really see. Let me try to get a little zoom in on that. Clark Street, yes, Clark Street. Yep, you're absolutely right. Clark Street is the one who made that Scream hat. Now this right here is a PlayStation Vita themed Yankee hat, and this side patch is just dancing. That's all metallic silver in that. It's PlayStation hook. Haven't wore it yet. What up, Zone 6 Chico? I'll be down there in a week and a half, bro. You better have something set up. Just kidding. Yankee patch, PlayStation. Moving on. Another Oakland hat. The Vince Carter. Look at that. You can't go wrong with that right there. That is beautiful. The Vince Carter Oakland Athletics. So the story behind this hat, I think the All-Star game was in Oakland when Vince Carter won the dunk contest. So, one of my favorite hats, honestly. Like, sheesh. I love this hat. I don't hate the Mets. You guys know that. Super Saiyan 3 Goku Mets. The Miracle Mets 25th anniversary. I got this because who doesn't love Goku? That white glows in the dark. This, I mean, a great hat. This was made by The King Wears New Era. And this is just one of my favorite Mets hats. I do got another Mets hat in there, so whoever says that I hate the Mets, you're lying. On to another Yankee. Haven't wore this hat either. It's that Money in the Bank Yankee right here. The I get money. Money I got. 1996. Good 1996. We got some metallic iris in there. We got some metallic silver in there. We got some purple. Some yellow. This hat is crazy. You're not getting that Ghostface, my boy. I love you, but I don't even think you fit that hat, bro. Do you know you got a big head? Pause. Lots of iris in there. Lots of the metallics on this is dancing more than prom night, man. Like it's really good. This hat is crazy. I got EA on this one. Hat Dreams. Another Yankee and one of the few Rushmores in my collection. The Wizard Yankee. This 1949 World Series is actually one of my favorites. This is a really great hat. Rushmore. I actually bought it off somebody for the Lowski. And you got some hints of metallic copper, metallic red. You got some blue in there. Metallic silver. Overall, just a really nice hat. And you can't go wrong with two-tones. Sneaky two-tones at that. You got the navy with the blue. Sheesh. Another Mets. ASAP Rocky Peso Mets. Look at that. That shit is insane. You got the metallic silver hitting it in there with the purple. The Peso Mets, ASAP Rocky. I'm a big ASAP Rocky fan, so I had to get this. This was, I mean, Rocky blew up off this song. She told me that I'm hot, and I told her I'd agree. Yeah, one of my favorite Mets hats. I don't discriminate. Only against the Red Sox and Astros. You'll never see me with an Astro hat either. One of my favorites, clean Colorado Rockies. The Carmelo Anthony rookie year by that boy, the Cat in the Hat. Man, I can't wait for summer to rock this again. Sheesh, this is a perfect summer hat. And if you got the Columbia 11s or you got the Mellow 12s, this is a clean hat. You can't go wrong with this 25th anniversary. Gotta love a good mountain patch, man. This shit is nice. I love this hat. And it goes well with all the Denver Nuggets Carmelo jerseys that I got. And last but not least, be alert for foul balls. Chicago Cubs. This is a Umbreon hat. If you don't know, it's Pokemon. You got the midnight camo there. And the side patch is supposed to represent the actual Pokemon card. Yeah. It's Umbreon. It's clean. Definitely one of my favorites. And that's that. My top 10 side patches in my collection. What y'all think? W, L? I buy what I like, baby. A lot of people don't have the same hats as me, and I like that. I appreciate that. You know, I like being different. Moving on. Let me turn on this iPad one time. See what's next. Appreciate the 1-2 people that have been in the spot. I appreciate y'all very much. I did want to give a shout out to my boy Catmaster Flash. He has his Flashback to the Fitted show that's coming out January 6th. If you don't know Catmaster Flash, he's a really cool dude. I've interacted on him on many occasions. And he has his show coming out, Flashback to the Fitteds. He'll be starting January 6th. And don't know what the actual show is going to be like. I believe he's just going to go like back in time with hats and stuff like that. But I am looking forward to it. He's a really good dude. And I really appreciate that, man. And I think it's going to be a great show. And so look out for that January 6th. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So just winding down as we're hitting 32 minutes. We just talked about the Welcome to Derry series with it, which I believe the season finale is tonight. Definitely changed my whole outlook on Pennywise. I think he has moved up into my top 3 horror villains. And that's saying a lot because, like, when it comes to horror, I've always been a little scary cat, not gonna lie. Like, I was always scared of Chucky growing up, Freddy growing up. Obviously, I grew up, and it's not as scary anymore. There was a scene in that show where it got pretty emotional. So if you watch the show, let me know what you think. But Pennywise, I think it's a great show. They're gonna come back for another season, from what I've heard. We discussed the Knicks taking on the Spurs in the NBA Cup. My savior, Jalen Brunson. I love the guy so much. Shout out to Villanova for making my point guard. And Jalen Brunson can do no wrong. Thanks, Jalen, for everything. We discussed the MLB quick hits. Edwin Díaz signing a 3-year deal with the Dodgers. Yankees not making any moves whatsoever. And I think it's just going to be another Dodgers World Series, unfortunately. I discussed the fitted hat culture. Got some Hat Club Christmas packs. I think they're dropping this week. Illest Curves, his mascot pack, just dropped this weekend. If you're into that, go grab that. It's at Pro Image NorCal. And my boy Catmaster Flash got his show January 6th. So thank you all for joining. I really appreciate y'all. Next week, I'm having an episode with Ramzo, and that is my last show for the year. I'm taking a trip to Florida, seeing my mother, not buying any hats for that time frame or even thinking about hats. It's all about the fam bam. Hopefully, I get some spiked eggnog and coquito. I'm ready to just not think about work and just hang out with the family. It's been a while since I've seen my mother and family. I hope you guys also have a great holidays. Like I said, the next episode with Ramzo will more than likely be Saturday. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me, for sure. The next episode with Ramzo will be Saturday. He's on the West Coast, so I'm probably going to be looking at like a 10 p.m. Eastern time, or maybe 7 p.m. I don't know. I know Big Papa shows that time, I believe. Or your show's Friday, right? I believe. I like watching everybody's show, so I try to do my show when there's no other shows going on. I like supporting the other shows. It means a lot to me. Didn't get to steam the hat. Oh well, maybe I'll make a video of it since it was my first creation. I do love this hat. That side patch is crazy. This F glows in the dark too. But thanks for joining. I appreciate you guys, and